Here's my spoiler-free-ish review of The Deliverance. If you don't like horror, if you don't really like thrillers, you'll be okay. There's not a lot of jump scare scenes. However, it is a lot of like, what the F is going on type of moment. So you can watch it based on that. I will say overall, one thing that I really love about Lee Daniels is his casting is 100% top tier. From The Butler to Empire to The United States versus Billie Holiday. However, what I've seen, at least in the last two projects I've seen of him, which is United States versus Billie Holiday and this new one, The Deliverance. One, I love that he took a chance on Andra. She is a phenomenal actress, and I love her as a singer. Glenn Close, Monique, Tasha Smith, Caleb McCallan, Anthony B. Jenkins. I don't want to miss people, but I'm going to miss people. Like, everybody did a really good job. Unfortunately, where it lacked was the script. I just could not get with it, especially since I've been excited about this project because the original story is freaky as hell. It gives you chills reading the real story. And I remember reading on this story prior to this project ever being announced. So it was one of those projects that I've been wanting to see someone turn it into the horror that it sounds like, the thriller that it sounds like. And so I was very excited, especially when you added on the casting. A lot of the film, I was wondering why there were so many sub-stories when the sole focus was supposed to be on mother and her children and the supernatural things that were happening inside the household. So that immediately I was very, very upset because I'm like, man, the potential we could have with this. And then some of the introductions of people were not well developed. So I'm just like, well, why is this person acting this way? And certain things were just like, why? And it's a long movie. Child, it is 2 hours. If you could have took away certain storylines that were just so damn unnecessary, you could have added to a stronger script overall. Some of it was just like, there's no point in this. Not for the overall story, especially when it's based on real events that happen in real life. And I will say this, there are certain scenes that I'm like, baby, we gotta discuss this. Like, there were certain things that were happening. And I was just like, y'all gonna see that happen. And we're not gonna, they going to school? What? No. Baby, we're having a family meeting. There were so many scenes that should have been better developed, better explained, better scared, just better. And they added detours that were unnecessary for a 2-hour movie, y'all. Unnecessary. So overall, it's not a terrible movie, but I don't know if I would go rewatch that because I don't know if it's worth another 2 hours of my time. I just think, and sort of how I felt about the Billie Holiday movie, spend more time in deciding what the central focus of this movie is and building that out. But I just felt like they just, instead of sitting and really trying to figure out, okay, well, how do we explain that? How do we explain this? They were just adding in information that ended up being unnecessary, but was elementary to the central plot of the film. So overall, the cast is what saves this film. It is worth watching if you are very interested in it because there were scenes and I was like, was this, Hollywood liberties, entertainment value, or did this really happen? And some of this stuff that you're like, nah, this ain't happened, are actual accounts of what she said did happen. So I thought that was probably the coolest thing is like some of the weirdest, craziest things that were happening were like, these are real reports that we took from. So it's like, okay, I know y'all did y'all research on it. Best thing I can say is watch it at your own risk. I do urge everybody to watch it. Get your own review for yourself. Don't rely on mine because it is my opinion of what I like. But do come back and let's, have a conversation in the comments section.